Somebody was high in Vermont, indeed. Anyway, you know what? It is 7
It's
o'clock.
not like there was a 50-50 odds of the entire town smelling like weed when you woke up in the morning.
It really did smell. It's one of the reasons
I'm not
why
joking about that, by the way.
it's one of the reasons why
Yeah,
I
no,
moved out.
that's absolutely true. I will back up this claim.
Yeah, there was a lot of weed in Vermont.
I'm glad that we all three people were like,
also,
no,
there's straight up
really
one
did.
frat house that literally had the police called on them at least twice a day.
Nice.
You could literally tell the time. By the police
It's the time. Oh crap! It's 9 o'clock.
What
right?
time is it? Oh, that's in the direction of South House. That must be 12 o'clock already.
By the way, you knew it was 12 o'clock because no one in South House woke up. Well, actually, technically, wait, no, you lived in South House, right?
Unfortunately, I was probably the only person that was actually up at normal times.
Yeah, nobody fucking got up before maybe 11
I literally
o'clock.
got like the worst fucking house for me.
It was funny.
South House or something.
Like, I'm just fucking... I don't know if... I'm fairly certain I've told the story of, like, opening up my door and just seeing some really weird shit.
I still remember the day. I still remember the day in freshman year.
From notes. Go ahead,
I still remember the day my freshman year when it was, I'll probably say during the winter break area, and we had the police show up to our house one day, and they come in and we have reports of a party in here, and since we're the door that was closest to the entrance, the police and the door was open.
Oh boy, do I know that feel.
Yeah, the police are like, we have reports of a party in here, where is it? And we're like, there's a what? There's a party here? In this house? Yes. I have not known what? They're like, stop playing around the party, and we're like, we have literally not seen any group of people enter in here. So apparently, on the second floor, because they went from door to door at that point, asking about this party, and literally the entire first floor had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. So they head up to the second floor, and they find out on the second floor that there was in fact a party going on the second floor in one room. There was 35 people in a room of occupancy of 4.
Oh,
No.
How did they?
That's clown car shit.
That is impressive. Also, I'm not sure why you're asking had they, because it's college, man.
And so we finally hear the bang bang bang. We've got you now. And then we start hearing the chopping of shoes as everyone starts marching down the stairs. And the line just keeps going and going. And all 3 of my roommates and I are looking at each other like, what the fuck? How did so many people enter in through the only door to this house and none of us noticed this?
I mean, to be fair, Sneaky, you are famously observant.
Oh, I'm aware. It was just funny because it turns out is actually what they tried to do is they tried to cover it up. So they actually did try to cover it up. Over the course of 3 hours, the 30 people would show up one by one to this party.
I see.
Yeah.
So there was some measure of intellect there.
Yeah, they tried to hide it, but they didn't really, they were like, okay, so how do we stagger the amount of people showing up so no one gets the idea there's a party going on? They got that part down, but they didn't really get down the part where there was 30 people shoved into a room for 4.
That must have been so disgustingly sweaty.
Yes, they even had to keep the door closed because they were trying to prevent the rest of the house from learning. And they were basically packed in like sardines, and it was just like, why?
They were really committed.
Yeah, they were really committed. But you know what? We're not here to talk about college stories. We're here to talk about really shit fan fiction. Which is sort of like
is there a difference?
No,
we could also talk about
similar.
Blake.
By the way, I gotta say,
talk about Blake. Yes, we could.
No, I said baking. Fuck talking about Blake.
Let's talk about Blake.
Okay.
I'm so tired of that.
Hold on, though. Can we, in fact, tell the time? Or, well, you know what? Knows.
No.
Why don't you go ahead and tell the class the story of you opening the door to, I believe your words were, an orgy?
Oh, no, let's not do that.
Yeah. Can we not bring that up again?
The opposite of that.
I'm going to agree with the group and say no.
So yeah.
I don't want to bring that up ever
now
again.
that I've blown everyone's ears out and I've gotten your attention, let's begin tonight. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9004, and I'm your host, SneakyDevil. So tonight's first fic is going to be a Twilight of Zelda. A Legend of Zelda Naruto crossover Twilight Princess story.
Okay, listen. I think I would be less annoyed with Twilight Legend of Zelda crossover.
What? Oh, Twilight Legend of Zelda. Oh, yeah, I see what you're going with that, yeah.
Like,
That's
I
not
think I
happening.
might actually be less annoyed.
What if the Nameless King was sent to Arario, and rather than clear the dungeon, he tamed the Black Dragon and became the second phase of the dungeon's final boss? Probably
Wait.
would happen. It probably would
The
happen.
Nameless King?
Yeah, Nameless King from Dark Souls.
Played in chat.
But this was... I thought this was
Wait,
Legend of Zelda
sorry,
Naruto.
I'm reading
So,
chat.
he's reading chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I am not reading that, obviously.
Yeah.
And we got...
Wow.
Real
Who's
fucking
this coming?
So anyway, the story title of this story we got for you tonight is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Tremor 230 style. In case you're wondering, Tremor 230 is the name of the author. So literally the title of this story is the section it's in and this author's style. Once again, I am unstably broadcasting my internet, and I am really not sure how to fix that.
Yeah,
And the author...
I was kind of excited, like, oh, is this going to be multi-cross with Tremors too? Because that might bring some comedy to this.
I was hoping... I was actually... These are not words a human being should say, but I was hoping for Tremors.
Unstable. I don't.
Oh, fuck you, there's nothing wrong with Tremors.
Nothing wrong. Okay. Okay.
I say that jokingly, I love those movies, but they've got some problems.
Okay. Okay, I was gonna say, Max, I understand your standards are famously low for entertainment media. However,
God, they're fucking hilarious, though.
I'm not arguing that.
I don't. Delay 0 seconds encoder. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably my OBS.
Mate.
The fact that I'm using OBS 21, and I think we're on OBS like 36 right now.
Might.
If you're
might cause some issues. I
if
don't know.
you're that far behind on updates, that is a very solid possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead
Sneaky?
of like trying to fix that
Better.
issue live, we're just gonna roll with it, and I'll fix it afterwards. Because there's
Or you
nothing I
just
can do about
forget. Um,
No, I
mean,
won't
last
forget.
next
Max, remember me. Right, Max?
I am going to repress every memory I have of you.
Thank you.
To be fair, it's not unwarranted.
No,
Getting
I will
betted
do
by
my
the
best to correct
reclusive
you.
dork. That is not how you want. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh.
I'm sorry, wait.
Oh, wow. This is just a red flag to the story.
Wait.
Mm.
oh no.
Why does that
Oh
name
no.
bell?
Getting betted by reclusive dork, born of by the collaboration between Tremor 230 and Phoenix Warehouse Productions, whose story,
Oh,
Letter to a
no.
Hero, acts as a prologue story
Oh,
used with
no.
permission of Phoenix Warehouse Productions. This is a revisitation of Twilight Princess with the most unpredictable knucklehead ninja in place of the ever-mute Link. Out of
There were so many red
character...
flags here, it's like a fucking Soviet parade.
Yes. AU, out of character, semi-serious fic.
Well, that's just great.
So
I see.
we're gonna go with these red flags one by one. So starting your story summary off with who's betaing it. This is not telling me information about your story. You told me who has reviewed your story, which means nothing to me when it comes to telling me about your story. And then you follow that up with it's a collaboration event between these two authors, which again tells me nothing about your story. And then you tell me that someone else wrote a story you're writing a sequel to, which again still tells me nothing about your story. And then you go on to waste time saying it's being used with permission from another author. It's fucking fan fiction. Ain't nobody got the license to shit here.
Yeah. The concept of fair use mining.
The only part of this entire summary that is an actual summary of what the story is the final fucking line just saying Naruto's going to be in Twilight Princess. That is it. No shit, I could have figured that fucking bit out from just the crossover title. Fucking Christ. And then M-rated, alternative universe, out of character, semi-serious fic. So basically, garbage, 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 garbage. Cool.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Though that could have been just gleaned from the crossover.
That's also
pretty
true.
good.
That's also true, yeah. We got 19 chapters that were staggered over the course of 5 years, which is not pretty.
Ooh.
And now, don't get me wrong. No,
2,000 words.
with 250,000 words. But no, that's not the problem here, Max. The problem here is the stagger rate is something that I do actually take a look at when I'm going to choose what kind of fanfic I want to read. Because the longer a story goes on, the more the author is going to forget about stuff that happened earlier.
Oh yeah, no, I'm aware. I read through my fix early this week, as you were witness to, Snaky.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit I forgot about in the later ones
Yeah.
that I just didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
That's
And
time.
To be fair, you can just assume an even distribution, but it could also be really uneven, like 18 chapters in a month and then one 5 years
right.
later.
Yeah, no, I understand
But it
that.
doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter though. It doesn't give me
Yeah.
good vibes, regardless of whether it's an
Yeah.
even or uneven distribution. Because I like to use even distribution because that at least gives the most optimistic view of what's going on. Because the uneven distribution method is just like, oh, for maybe like 2 to 3 years, the author just didn't even look at the story and never updated it, which means they probably forgot every fucking thing about the story by then.
Yeah. And they returned, well, ain't pretty.
Yeah, and when they returned, they probably had a different writing style, a different world attitude, which is actually one of the reasons why I had to stop writing a lot of the stories I was writing on space battles and whatnot. Because I started writing those stories when I was in a certain living situation with a certain worldview, and then events happened that made me stop writing them. But by the time I came back to them, which was only even a couple months later, I was like, I can't keep writing these stories because I'm not in that sort of mindset anymore. And I can't. I don't know where I
It
was
turns
going.
out when you don't have a dead end job,
Yeah.
you have your own place, and you're not crushed under debt. You're a lot less depressed.
Yeah, it's really wild when that.
I've seen
when
this
it
coming.
works. Yeah. So anyway, a request to me by Phoenix Warehouse Productions, which is actually honestly a really cringy username, I have to say. A very Tumblr-ish username.
Okay, but like I've heard worse.
Also
I mean, fair. I mean, again, yeah, Maxforce and I have a joint account called like Devil Force Fanfiction or whatever, which is, yeah, it's a joint account. But if you're a solo account and you're calling yourself the Phoenix Warehouse Productions, kind of cringe.
Also, by the way, I still kind of cringe whenever we bring up that account because we both had a moment of this is the best we can come up with because
Yeah.
nothing else makes sense.
Literally, we
It
spent several
was the
days trying to
best-
think of names, and we're just like, we got nothing. There's
Let's just throw this.
literally,
This is the best sound name, and it's still not that great.
yeah. He proposed me to create a Naruto Zelda crossover using his story as a basis. So the guy writes a fanfic, and then he goes to another fanfic author and says, "Hey, write a story with my fanfic."
I want you to write a fanfic of my fanfic.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I openly used his story in this story, integrating the whole thing into my story. I have his permission to do so, so don't make reviews saying I copied it. Okay, fair enough. Please remember, I
Alright.
have 3 challenges currently on my profile. Oh god.
Do not stop
Do
it.
Do it.
Oh, so you go ahead and look at it. I'm saying author stop.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, heard.
Some of you by now have noticed a couple stories of mine have been erased. No Life Mad King, Father of Kumo's Consuming Clan, Naruto's Bizarre Adventure. There's like 29 stories labeled Naruto's Bizarre Adventure. Persona 5 and a half. Wings of Ambition in a Chain of Doubt.
What the
Jesus Christ.
What are these are some like Japanese like name conventions.
Yeah. Petals of Blood and Darkness. I have removed these
Oh
stories.
boy, we are getting so close to having a killer light novel, guys.
I know, right? I have removed
Yeah.
these stories because by rereading them, I saw that I was still far from the quality that I wanted from them, to the point I could not actually read them anymore. I mean, credit where credit due, author. I'll tip
Yeah.
my hat to you and be like, okay, you know what? You saw they were garbage and got rid of them.
Fair enough.
I'm coming to the realization that I am like a really out there kind of person on fanfiction where The only stories I delete are the ones that were TOS breaking. All my old work otherwise is still up, and it's garbage.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that actually leaves, like, their progress
Probably.
around?
I did. No, remember, Max,
I
I
you
actually
did.
left my stories up until one guy who I left a review on his story, and I called his story absolute fucking trash, some of the worst shit I've ever seen, and he responded with, I checked out your profile, and how dare you call my story trash when you have those stories on there? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, I know what trash stories look like. He's like, well, why don't you delete yours then? I'm like, alright, fine, I'll delete mine if you delete yours. Of course he didn't delete his, but I deleted mine anyway, so yeah, I stuck to it.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
it. He do his written straight facts.
He called my bluff,
He's-
and I went through with it, and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't much of a bluff then, was it? Calling bluff would imply that he won.
Well, no, see, the thing is he thought it was a bluff. But it wasn't.
Yes.
Then he actually went through with
He
the
attempted to call Sneaky's bluff, not realizing that Sneaky is an idiot of his word.
There's six
resent
bullets
that.
in
Of
his
his
revolver.
word.
Let's play Russian roulette. It's fully loaded.
Let's
That definitely
play
sounds like
with
you.
Glock.
Bitch, you think I won't?
I kind of resent
For his,
that.
for his
I'm
neutral
very
special,
much
he
the
wields a
same
gun.
way. Like, that's the problem with me and Sneaky. If we say we'll do something, there's a 50-50 chance we'll do it. It's no point
Honestly,
calling it.
Honestly, when it comes to doing something out of spite, there is 100% chance Sneaky will do something. Like,
This is actual statement, yeah.
Yeah.
Max is a reasonable individual.
Oh, well, here's the thing. That's why, when it comes to stuff like spite, I don't say things if I'm not willing to carry them out.
Right.
You've seen it. You've seen how much money I'll spend on a good joke.
Yes, I have.
Yes, he has.
You have that.
I
He
was gonna
owns
say,
it.
you know
Yours
what?
wasn't.
Yes, I was gonna say, it engendered a similar spirit in myself of, you know what? Commit to the bit.
Shit, there's a dude over on Anthem server. I told him I'll buy you 100 feet of Ethernet cable if you send me an address. He never sent me an address. I don't think he's aware I was serious.
I actually own 200 feet of Ethernet cable, and I bought it for $5. I don't regret it.
Yeah,
Wait, you bought
The-
5 feet of Ethernet cable?
200 feet of Ethernet cable.
the amount of control I had to have over myself, Sneaky, when it's like, oh, I'm buying Ethernet cable right now. Oh, Amazon's got a great deal. 1,000 feet for $20.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm just sitting here
Probably-
like, you know, I can do that.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
buy a crimp tool for the $10 I saved. I can get a crimp tool.
It was funny as hell because I was buying cabling one day for micro USBs because they kept breaking.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, it's like, for an extra 50 cents, they can be 30 feet instead of 10. I see. Yeah.
Sneaky, no.
No, I'm with
Extended.
Sneaky on this.
And so
That's a great
about
deal.
5.
Exactly. See?
Yeah, best.
What do you need with that much?
I used them all.
Just like this. Yeah.
Fuck
You know, 200 feet of Ethernet cable would do fantastic for my room.
yeah,
especially
it's
since-
like I gotta
especially
say,
since
it's
they
really good. Yeah,
The Ethernet holds signal for a good 500 feet before you start seeing noticeable drop off, I think.
yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, at least.
And then once you hit that 500 feet, oh look, a powered repeater. It's like free real estate.
That's long enough to hang yourself once you accidentally favored a story from this author. Yeah. Yay, wrong.
Wow!
Oh,
Anyway, so the author's note
Like a man.
continues.
alright, that one was a bit rough.
An exception made for
midnight?
sexy Umbran wizard.
What?
What?
Apparently,
Huh?
that story is so bad that unless I removed it, the perpetrator of said decision would not stop arguing with me about its low quality to the point where it became close to that of a stalker. You are a guest reviewer. You have no right to criticize me, even if you rightfully pointed out the long list of wrong things in my story.
I hope that
You can't make shit
reviewer was a
You
group.
can't make shit up!
Oh, you
I hope
have
that was a
no right to use the review function exactly as it's intended to be used for.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
You can't make this shit up.
It was your right to criticize it. It was also my right to remove your review.
It's also my right to tell you to fuck off.
But since
Oh.
I love the fact that this person actually saved this review because they then copied and pasted it back in.
Yo, wait, what?
But
Good
since
for
you
that
had to
viewer.
write a second copy of that wall of text detailing all of my failings because you apparently insulted by me daring to go against you, I decided to give in and remove your story, and surprisingly, of mine and a lot of people just to appease you. wait, hold on. So the dude posted the review again, insulted that you've removed his review for rightfully, in your own words, pointing out everything you did wrong in that story, and your reaction to that was, fuck you, I'm gonna remove the story.
Fuck you, I'm conceding.
You didn't win, I surrendered!
The French in French in
Yeah, what is this guy from
1942?
French?
Probably.
Oh god. Sorry, but no. I was helped understanding that I don't have to remove a story just because it doesn't conform to your ideals, so I put it back up!
What? I think this man's a
I
lunatic.
hope the guest reviewer came back.
But have no fear, I am looking for greener pastures. And I will leave this website since I've apparently overstayed my welcome here. Well, I mean, you clearly have,
Oh,
if you're going to be this much of an
blessed be.
overdramatic cunt about it. So get the fuck off
wait.
of this website and annihilate every last one of your stories. You leaving will make this community better.
Hang on. Further down he says,
Not
by the way,
wrong.
I'm Italian. So
He's
this
really not.
flip-flopping makes sense. Yeah.
The flip-flopping does make sense if he's Italian. Be a happy guest reviewer with the impeccable grammar and full grasp of what real fanfiction should be. I would like to interview this guest reviewer. He sounds like a really solid dude.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
can we get him on the show?
I will not stick around here for long. I will soon be gone, and I'll take my stupid stories with loser harems and bad grammar away with me. Thank you.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Bye bye.
it's like,
See you never.
you have an idea what... I know obviously the guy is like, you clearly have a full grasp of what real fanfiction should be, as in he's saying it sarcastically. But for everything he is talking about how his own story is, it sounds like actually, yes, the reviewer does in fact have a better grasp of what fanfiction should be than he does.
Man's no point.
Again, this is something I'll forever fucking say. It's not really a fan fiction if you're not a fan of the fandom that you're writing a fiction for. And you're not a fan of the fandom if you're like, well, yeah, I'm gonna write a Naruto story, but what if Naruto had 97 wives, all of the Biju locked inside him, was super fucking edgy, and like, killed everyone? Okay, well then it's not Naruto. Well, yeah, you don't call me not a fake fan, I'm a real fan. It's like, no, you're clearly not actually a fan of Naruto. If you just be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna not write a Naruto story, but I'm gonna call it a Naruto story, because no one else will read it otherwise. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, gotta use the meat puppet, you know.
Gotta shove that hand up there.
Indeed, all the way in. Real deep.
Might as well get a job as a TSA agent at that point.
Sure.
To others, thank you for giving me a chance here. At least I will be able to say I tried. Well, no, it clearly looks like this reviewer gave you a lot of, maybe not constructive, but genuine criticism that you even agreed with. And your response to said criticism was A, deleting the story, then putting it back up, mocking the reviewer, and then not learning from any of it.
Quite impressive, honestly.
Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, well, I've been harassed so much, so I'm going to leave this website even though I tried to be a better author. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. But you're like, no, I'm going to take my bad grammar and loser harems with me. Implying that you're going to keep writing with bad grammar and keep putting harems into your stories. Implying that you're going to continue not improving.
What a shocker.
Oh, God.
Sometimes that's just how it is.
Yeah, I know, right? A small thing. I am looking for a beta.
Thought you had a beta.
Ironic.
You're
Taking his
garbage.
loser shit away from here.
They must not be in a
gonna be a
hurry.
beta.
My
I'm
chapters
gonna be
will be
honest,
done when I
I would have
deem
hired
them
that
done.
guest reviewer as a beta.
I know, right? My
It's just a
chapters
thought.
will be done when I deem them done. So patience is a virtue when working with me. Okay, well, as long as you have patience with the beta reader, then there is
Yeah.
no time limit to edit them. Just don't take a month. Hold on. The beta's done when the beta's done.
That's time limit.
Yeah, the beta's done when the beta's done. You can't be like, all right, well, I'm going to write this chapter, but I'll just give it to you whenever I feel like it. But don't take too long editing it. Like, well, if you're not going to give me a fucking timetable, why would I obey any timetable you're setting for me?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I was a beta for one dude, and it worked out pretty well. I had 2 betas. I handled editing and revision stuff for grammar, and the other guy was just the person he bounced ideas off of. I consistently got my chapter done first because all I was doing was the editing. The other dude took forever, and then the author stopped writing for the story.
Nice.
Because after the authors finished masturbating onto the page, the IDS guy got masturbated too.
Yeah, it's fun because Greg and I actually had this one dude who left a long review in for Undying Scarab, and he pointed out a lot of problems from one chapter, and I was like, wow, I really wish we had you betaing this story, because it would have been great to find out these issues before we, canonize them.
Yeah.
And so we invited him, and he accepted. So, yeah, we were like, oh, you clearly don't like our story. Do you want to review it for us before we release each new chapter? Yes? All right. Excellent.
Excellent. Love the plan comes together.
All of them get back to us within like a day, so that's nice.
A2, yeah.
Yeah. If you have to change something because I missed a plot hole, went against my own canon, or other situation, please at least spare some time to write me a PM on this website explaining why it's necessary. See, this is another thing. It's like, why aren't you using some sort of program that you can both see so you can talk to each other over, like Discord or Google Docs or
Google Docs.
literally
or
anything
Google
but
Docs, or just
fanfiction.net PMs. Like, oh my god, I remember the days of trying to communicate with Max over fanfiction.net PMs, and that was like alright, I'll send this message to him, he might see it tomorrow, he might see it today, he might see it in 2 weeks.
Well, here's the other thing, right? Surely at that point, it would actually be easier to just give him, like, a dummy email, and just send a Word doc back and forth would be simpler.
Yeah, it would be, actually. But,
Yeah. Well,
done.
we also weren't quite as tech savvy
Yeah.
at the time. That probably didn't help.
That's it. All I'm requiring for my betas is good grammar and a mastery of the English language. I see.
Honestly, the best betas you can get are going to be people like me, where it's like, for a short time, they considered being an English teacher.
Please
Then they remember
PM me
it's
if you
raffle.
feel up to the challenge XD. Becoming my beta will also imply that you'll fix every old chapter before you arrived as well.
I don't
No.
think so.
I want money as well. Give me money.
Yeah. fucking pay me.
That's a job.
Nagila.
I've
That's
read
a
something like
job.
a few hundred fanfiction and create my own. Pathetic. I've read a couple my level. I'm Italian. Do not expect my fanfics to be perfect English second language. Well,
Of course.
okay, someone's commenting on your story then about how bad your grammar is and how you fix it. But you don't really get to use the English second language then. If someone's like, hey, this is actually how you do it, and you're like, well, fuck you, I'm not gonna do that. Also, guys, by the way, don't give me too hard of a time for my grammar. I'm English second language. It's like you literally had someone point out what you were doing wrong, and your response wasn't, oh, okay, thanks. It was, fuck you.
Yeah, not a good look.
What the fuck is this wall of text?
Wow, that's a big wall of text.
What the fuck?
Super.
Something, not reviewing on a story kills the story. Drop a review every chapter to make sure the author feels better about his writing. Send them an email about their story. No. See, this is the other thing, is the author might sit there and think, why am I even here? Why am I writing this story? It's like, because you're a fan.
Because you're enjoying it.
Yeah, like, why are you writing the story you're currently writing? Because you're a fan of the series. Unless you aren't, and you're just writing the story to get popular. Then
Or
the
you're getting
questions of
paid.
why am I writing this story will pop up. Like, I'm like, the Undying Scarab is one of the few stories I've been going with for the longest time because I'm actually a fan of both Worm and Warcraft. A fairly large one. And like, unlike all the other stories I've done.
Wait.
I mean, before that, fucking, our story, Scorched Earth Shattered Steel was one of the longest ones I was working on. And that was just life that brought us away from it. And I'm not too much of a fan of Dark Souls these days.
To be fair, Dark Souls ended.
Well, that too as well, yeah. And so it's just like, yeah, I kept writing on those stories because I was a fan of them, and I was writing a fan fiction. The value of those stories was derived from me enjoying what the story was about, of the fandom that it was about. If you're writing a story to be popular, I got bad news for you. You're in the wrong section.
You're on the wrong website.
Oh my god. This fucking guy. Look at his first story.
Oh, Jesus Christ, a lot of stories. Alright, so his first... Harry Potter, the world's shortest fanfic. It's 68 words long. I bet I can write the world's shortest fanfiction. Also note not included in the measurement. Do you think you can beat me? I dare you. No, this should go against the site rules. Please tell me I will remove it. Yes, it does go against the site rules, actually. Waiting for challengers. No one can beat me. Just created just to play with short chapters. Complaint in review. Don't take this seriously, please. So some complaints you're writing 2 short chapters. So I'm going to assume, let's see, this was written around 2013. So that's going to be around this time period right here. Yeah, 2013 is the only story. So these two are the only stories that are 2013. Harry Potter and the Helping Hand of Death and Scarlet Chronicles of a Bastard and His Friends. So your naming scheme is fucking terrible, first off. So I'm going to assume it's going to be Harry Potter and the Helping Hand of Death because they're both Harry Potter stories and that one's a Pokemon. So, Harry Potter and the Helping Hand of Death.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at his shortest thing here. I can beat this. Harry dies.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
There you go. 2 words. Done.
Harry Potter, I have not abandoned Naruto. Wow, this is the fucking shit that I'm talking about here with his summaries. I have not abandoned Naruto. This is a Harry Potter Asura's Wrath story, by the way. I have not abandoned Naruto. I just need to write a different story.
Wait.
Why is that in your summary? Like, this guy is this is what I'm talking about here, where the other dude he was paired with, the Phoenix Warehouse Production, sounds like a fucking Tumblr name. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Like, this guy writes stories like they're Tumblr posts.
Yeah.
Imagine being a Tumblr immigrant.
Ugh.
It's kind of big of.
We need border control.
I dated someone who became a Tumblrite. It's very sad.
That's really sad.
Is it the one I'm thinking of? Or is it someone I don't know?
No, it's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Blah 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 blah. By the way, he deleted the 3 challenges.
Good.
Of course.
Short chapters here. I won't listen to canon haters.
What is...
Basically, people who leave reviews saying you're not doing it as according to the canon. So basically, you're not following events of Twilight Princess. Which
who the fuck cares?
No, I think what it is, saying canon hater, to me, that brings to mind people who literally write what's in canon, and their character might say something, but nothing changes.
You know what? We're gonna really have to see what it is because it can be both ends. Because I've seen people who are like, I've seen canon haters as in like people who hate on the author because they are just completely ignoring an event that for no reason the author changed from canon. Like, say a meteor strikes down the Earth in the story in canon, and then the author for some reason just doesn't have the meteor exist at all, and then someone makes a review saying where the fuck's the meteor, and the author's like, that's just a canon hater. Like, I can see both sides of that. It's either the people who write just canon, or the people who just completely disregard canon, and it's like, bruh, why the fuck are you even writing this
Actually, on the one that, like, writes just canon, by the way, I want to point out, because you see it most often with self-asserts.
Obviously, yeah.
By not changing canon, you are admitting that you, the author, are worth nothing. You have no value, you bring nothing to the table.
You know what? That's actually a really good point.
Whether you're there or not, the story goes on.
Yeah, nothing of the story changed. Yeah,
like
it's actually very. So it's actually a very interesting thing, Max, that fan fiction, well, not specifically fan fiction because you know you can also use poems and music and whatnot, but fan fiction because of its more long form content, you can really start to see the worldview and opinions of some of the authors.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you definitely see oftentimes it's some sort of power fantasy, self-insert, but literally nothing in canon changes except for this one part where they save the favorite character or whatever.
And then
And then
because you know it's fucking fan fiction, they'll often have sex with the character.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's not important.
I
The
mean,
the whole
that's not the
psychological
purpose.
breakdown of that is what we're trying to say. Is basically they consider themselves completely worthless and irrelevant, regardless of the fact they have pretty much infinite power in the story, because obviously it's
Yeah.
always a power fantasy. That regardless of how much power they have, they consider themselves completely irrelevant beyond changing the one event that affects them personally because they like someone.
Yeah, it gets even worse when the
Sociopathy
most
is what
immediate
I'm saying.
the most immediate example I have is for a Colson fanfiction.
Oh,
Author makes himself insert, and his character is a special little snowflake with the powers of a demon lord that doesn't exist in that world.
very cool.
Doesn't affect the story in any way.
Oh wow.
People know it's like, oh wow, you have the powers of this ancient demon lord that history that was hid from history. It's like that changes a lot of power dynamics, kid.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
That also should change how the war went that these games occur during. And it would also change a war that happened 500 years ago that is an important backdrop for what is happening in the games at the time of fighting.
You know, it's actually kind of sad. It's actually kind of sad.
Thinking.
Yeah. You know the fic he's talking about?
No, I just
No, I
changing
doubt
things
it.
would require thinking.
Oh,
about it.
yeah. Change will require actually thinking
Yeah.
about them.
Also, he saved his favorite girl, and yes, they do bang the story.
Amazing.
Of course they do.
it-
Why
it-
would they? That's just what happened.
Hitting all those checkboxes.
All the checkboxes.
There
It's
is
actually
nothing
kinda
original
sad,
under the
actually,
sun.
Like, looking at a lot of isekai stories, and I use isekai specifically because a lot of people give them a lot of fucking shit for how bland and repetitive and uninteresting and like cookie cutter they are.
Yeah,
I
formulaic,
still
yeah.
see a lot of isekai stories still manage to have better reactive NPCs in their stories than some fanfiction authors. It's like, you know,
Most.
imagine
honestly.
being considered some of the blandest writing in existence, but you're still capable of writing a better story than a fanfiction writer. Like,
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. If you can't write better than what is considered the average fanfiction author, you might want to rethink your career choice.
You know, that's a fair point as well. Stephanie Meyer certainly did. She's faded to irrelevancy. It's, after 50 Shades of Grey came out, she faded to complete irrelevancy. She like stopped. Her last attempt at a book was actually trying to copy the 50 Shades of Grey style, and she tried writing a male with a female vampire crushing on him, and it sold poorly. It was one of the worst selling books.
I'm gonna be honest. That sounds like it could work as like a love comedy.
Yeah, she
Like,
didn't
if you
write
want-
it.
if
She
you-
didn't.
If you want the rom,
Yeah.
if you want the rom-com route and also avoid like 90% of the rom-com tropes in Rosario Empire, you'd probably be fine.
I mean, look,
The
all
less
you
we
gotta
talk about
do-
Rosario Vampire, the better. Okay.
I mean, all you gotta do is figure out the Hallmark formula and just write rom-coms in the Hallmark formula, and then just rake in money. 'Cause Hallmark
Genius.
has been fucking like dump trucking money.
Oh,
They're making
I
so
know.
much money. On
Uh,
the
Hallmark
rom-coms.
makes money off arts. Hallmark makes money off shit fucking movies with the
They're-
same 8 women
Yeah.
who are
The same 8 women, this like the same like maybe selection of 4 dudes, almost cookie color, copy and paste plot lines, and the same fucking
not
sets
almost.
too.
It is cookie
Yeah.
cutter. It's not almost cookie cutter. It just is. I've seen those after watching
No,
2 of
there's
them.
no
Like,
way
all right,
Stephanie Meyer wrote
those.
Resident Evil Village. There's no fucking way that's true.
I'm sorry, she
Genius.
wrote what?
No, there's
I think Underplayed's memeing.
yeah,
That's a
no.
meme. That's a
Yeah,
meme.
no, that's absolutely a fucking meme.
If not, source.
I googled it. Obviously, it's a meme. But the top result was Twilight author Stephanie Meyer threatens to write 2 more books if it doesn't sell well.
threatens to write to.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's a threat, all
That's
right.
all the boys.
That's
Go
definitely a
ahead,
threat,
waste
yeah.
your money.
I will follow events from the game, but with differences, sometimes big ones, depending on what I want to happen. Cringe.
Extreme cringe.
At least this author's aware that literally everything in writing happens because that's how the author wants it to go.
I mean, yeah.
Unless
pretty
they're
much.
insane and set up hundreds of charts.
Yoko Taro.
I don't know what that man goes through.
Dude, that dude is like, all right, so this is how the story I want. I'm like, Yoko, this is a flow chart. Yeah, this is the story I want.
Sir, are you okay? Do you need help?
No.
He wears the mask to cover up how much drugs he's currently taking.
Yeah.
His eyes are dilated behind that mask.
Being honest with the no.
You think his eyes still exist in any conceivable form?
No. So anyway, this will be a pairing of Naruto times Midna Ilya and Yogo Dimi, which is the female Kyuubi. A OC Goron girl. Really? You're gonna
Fuck the rock.
fuck the rock?
Hey, Sneaky. He can't help but gets his rocks off.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you? Question mark.
Enough!
I'm proud of that one.
OC Zora girl too, of course, the sexy fish, of course, can't forget the sexy fish.
Breath of the Wild has taught us that people will do anything to fuck a fish.
I will not proceed to pleasure myself for this fish.
I said she wrote Village because she wrote a female vampire dating a male human. I don't think there's a lot of... No, there was not a lot of dating going on in that one.
Yeah,
Definitely not any dating.
Or if you consider
I
that
wanna
to be
see the
dating, I
market
really am
material.
concerned.
I want
really.
to
I implore you to reconsider.
Now, that being said, if part of the date is getting trapped in a castle, I'm not, like, immediately gonna say no.
Will be word though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
think if
if-
I'm trapped in a castle...
No,
in
because
the
that means
first
whoever's doing it is rich enough to own a castle.
Or...
I mean, not
Or-
necessarily.
no,
They just
Or
found
they
around
killed
castle,
everyone in the
found it.
castle and are now trapping you in it to do a hunting game.
Well,
Okay, but if they
hang
killed
on.
everyone in the castle, then
There's one more option
they're
here.
strong enough to keep a castle. That's
I
how
mean-
that worked, right?
Well,
More or
there's
less.
another option. They're just the world's ultimate squatter.
That's also true. Yeah.
Essence of the world's ultimate squatters changed my mind.
So I mean, all I'm saying is when her fingernail gets longer than my forearm, I'm definitely not interested in doing whatever is up anymore.
I don't think those are fingernails, Sneaky.
No, they are.
Yeah.
No, you stop. You stop.
No, they literally are.
No, that
Okay.
okay.
Neat. Didn't know that.
So anyway, Konoha, Hokage Tower, Tsunade office. Time clicked, minutes passed, hours flew away. Silence reigned supreme in the office. No one of the... No. Okay, interesting.
Excellent word choice.
No one of the people present dared talk. Not no one. No one of the people.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I see.
Blah, 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 blah. For some reason, teammates capitalized. For some reason, time is capitalized. He fought against pain, lost his arm, and then he hinged into a copy of himself to cover his escape.
Why didn't he just, grab his arm from the battlefield and pour some juice on it?
Yeah,
Stick that back on.
Just slap some fucking juice on it, man. Get that good green goo.
Super glue that bitch.
Super
What
glue
kind
it.
of miracle liquid does he not have?
Well, I mean, we all know Ethan's made out of mold still, right?
Well,
Good night,
since,
everybody.
since Sneaky went ahead and spoiled it, that is in fact the big twist.
Wait, no, hang on.
Wait, how is that a fucking twist?
How is that a spoiler?
That's
at all?
literally 7.
Yeah, how would that be? How is that a twist? It's pretty obvious. Like right off bat.
I was under the impression it was not obvious.
I'm not Shyamalan is
How
rolling
is
his
it
day right now.
not?
And he's alive.
For the record, I'm not saying I didn't know. I'm saying the big twist of RE8 is literally your heart gets ripped out, and your wife goes, and Chris tells your wife, "You're dead. he's dead. I'm sorry, Mia. And she's like, he's not dead. And Chris is like, no, really, I saw him die. His heart got ripped out. She's like, no, you don't understand how special he is. And then it does the whole like cutaway with him all, right? And Evelyn's there mocking you.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing though. Is like, I thought that was obvious the whole time.
I didn't know about that cutscene.
Well, yeah, I didn't know about the. I haven't gotten that far in Resident Evil.
I know. I'm not saying.
Thanks for that. All we
Yeah.
talked about was him being mold, which is obvious literally in the first half hour, which is the demo.
The first half hour of the demo. But I mean, also from Resident Evil 7, like, if you were paying attention to what was going on in 7, it's pretty fucking obvious that there's something up with Ethan. Especially because he's literally pouring green goo on him, and he's magically healing, and everyone's like, oh, that's just a game mechanic. It's like, no, actually, it's not just a game mechanic.
Yeah, no, if that was a game mechanic, if that was a game mechanic, it wouldn't get cutscenes if it was a game mechanic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and the fact that the fact that healing stuff still works on him that effectively.
Right, exactly.
It's like, no, he clearly is still infected.
No.
Clearly. There's something about him that the mold could not change aside from, like, body functions.
Also, the whole, like, literal opening of RE8 was literally Umbrella storming in and shooting up his family, and it's like, gee.
Not him.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why.
Well, to be fair, it's not evil Umbrella. It's good Umbrella run by Chris.
And it doesn't change its Umbrella.
Yeah, it also doesn't change the fact that, like, Chris is being weirdly reticent, despite the fact I know he would have punched a dude's head off if what he was doing to Ethan was done to him.
Yeah.
Like, that man's head would be the boulder he punched in RE5.
Yeah, also, they, like, went out of their way to, like, not shoot him up and, say, get his blood everywhere. You know?
I mean, they didn't go out of the way to shoot his baby up either. Like, maybe they just didn't want to kill him.
They wanted the baby. For other things.
For something that I still don't know about. Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going with that, but I don't know. I think they're trying to fit too much story into a Resident Evil game. Personally, is what my opinion is.
Probably, but I will say this: I have at least watched playthroughs of every RE game.
Yeah.
I appreciate that Resident Evil 7 is a massive send up to 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And 3, and then 8 is like, all right, now we're just gonna do the action games, which is 4 and 5.
No, just 4.
Five, I don't think
No, listen.
4 didn't have the extended boat scenes.
I'm just saying, they try to pretend that 5 doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them.
I don't blame them. That was not good. But I mean, was it Max?
Chris,
We played 6, right?
Sheva, come on.
That's what game we played, Max, right? The co-op game. 6.
No, we didn't play. Well, we might have played a little bit of 6, but I'm sure it was 5 that you and I played. And even then, we didn't play it all the way through. It was just a little bit, and then it's.
Yeah,
we
no,
both are having trouble with tank controls on keyboard.
No, what we ended up. It might have been Rob then. I remember playing one of the Resident Evil games that has co-op available, but the problem was
that was 5 or 6. So
it was always online, and people could invade your game as super lickers.
Oh, I
That's
think that
6,
was 6. Yeah.
that was 6 then, yeah.
Yeah, and the problem was it took like 2 clips of ammo to kill a super licker, and you got rewarded with half a click of ammo.
Oh Jesus!
And people, if they quit the game out, they lost their token, preventing them from reinvading you. And we got to this one part on this one map. I forget who I was with. I think it might have been Rob, actually.
I haven't played through RE6.
Yeah, we literally could not advance past this one point because people kept invading us and we just had no ammo anymore.
Oof. Yeah.
And it was like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? We can't turn off invasions. And I mean, like, they kept invading us. Like, the second we killed one super licker, another player licker would spawn. Like, that's how many people we had invading us.
That's not great.
Well, we were, like, probably the only fucking campaign game. Because it was, like, in 2019 we were doing this. And, yeah, like, there was literally no one else to invade. So we were, like, the only fucking campaign game. It made the game literally physically impossible to win because we just didn't have ammo.
Game design.
Game design, fucking in a nutshell.
Sometimes the game tells you to go fuck yourself.
No, that was just the developers telling us to fuck ourselves. Because they didn't really plan for people to be, sequentially invading you back to back, but they never put anything stopping it in. Because they're like, oh, well, a bunch of people will play our game.
To be fair, that would have been true during release month.
Yes.
I don't know why they would plan for, what was it, like 3 to 5 years later?
I don't
Something
know
like
why they wouldn't put that code in, preventing people from, not having, it's simple shit, just like, alright, if player invade equals true, cooldown timer 10 minutes on player death.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of
Right.
remember that mechanic being explained, but I'm like, okay, this is clearly a Dark Souls thing, but why didn't they include the timer that Dark Souls has except for certain areas?
Yeah, well,
Because Dark Souls has cooldown timers way back in 1 even,
yeah.
except for the Forest. Because the Forest was
It's
a
specifically
very,
supposed to be an
special...
invasion zone. Yep.
Yeah.
So blah 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 blah. Why is love capitalized? So just randomly, the author is just randomly capitalizing shit for no apparent reason. For some reason, Team 7 is in quotes and bolded and italicized. I don't know why. His Dobie for some reason italicized and underlined. And Sasuke is gay for Naruto.
I mean, that
Why
one's
wouldn't he be?
constant.
Like literally, raven-haired boy Sasuke stood in near silence as he waited for his friend to return, for the Dobie, for his Dobie to be back once again. Like, bruh.
I've honestly just lost all sort of connection to this story.
Why did you even start
What
with
even
one?
is this?
Why did you have any...
Why are we here?
I had like 1% connection and was like, okay, at least we'll hear it and laugh how bad it is. And just like, I literally
Again,
don't give a
Konoha
shit.
12 for some reason is in quotes, bolded and italicized. I'm not really sure why. Slowly is underlined for some apparent reason that I'm not really sure clear on. Oldest is capitalized and I'm not really sure clear on why. Screw the orders, not capitalized, italicized for some reason, but the exclamation point isn't. In quote marks. It's really shit tier pacing. The reason why I'm not actually reading through it, the chapter's fucking hella long. Like holy shit, this fucking
Oh god, yeah.
scroll bar
That
tiny
scroll
shit.
bar.
He was Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi that he personally called Yodo Gimme. That's a fucking way to introduce a name. It's just, here's all of Naruto's titles. Also, he calls the Kyuubi Yodo Gimme. just throwing that into the middle of his titles. Also, for some reason, this is in quote marks. Again, I don't know why. It's randomly in quote marks. I don't know why test is in quote marks. He's adding literal physical quotes to, I guess, what should be just emphasized words to really emphasize those words for some reason. Naruto was banished 5 years ago, and no one had ever heard of him for over 9 years.
Oh, how is Sasuke waiting for him? Like, where's Sasuke waiting for him?
Apparently, at the end of 10 years, Naruto is supposed to return, but he was only banished 5 years ago for not returning.
Sasuke needs to learn how time works.
Yeah.
Sasuke, I think you need to realign your temporal senses.
Everyone wanted him back into the village once they realized that he was the son of a Hokage, and it made Tsunade sick at the audacity of the thing. Of the thing.
Always known.
Yeah. His teammates, Kakashi wasn't his teammate, Kakashi was his superior. Sakura and Sasuke were among those who chased every last rumor in hope of finding Naruto and bringing him back by force. And finally...
Naruto, you will come home and be loved!
Or else!
What do you mean, or else?
No,
Talks kunai with malicious intent.
Indeed. Loves with malicious intent. Speaking of loving with malicious intent, I saw an article today.
Are we going to talk about Kusatori?
No, I saw an article today that was posted in a different server, Arn specifically, about how a woman held a man at gunpoint and forced him to finish inside of her. And the judge dismissed any rape charges because the man was in her
Was
home.
at her place. Yeah. No, why she did? Because he's a Dogecoin millionaire.
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter.
It's like, it doesn't matter. But like,
They're
fucking
literally
retarded.
just like, oh, well, it's not rape because you went to her house. Okay, I mean, if that's the fucking standard you want to set. Like,
If you want to,
I feel like that's not a good standard.
if that's the hill you want to you want to
You
make,
can kill that, but at least you're dead.
it's like, well, he raped me. How did he rape you? Well, I went to his place and they held me at gunpoint. I'm sorry, ma'am, but that's not rape. You went to his place.
yep.
All right.
The consequence of your actions.
I mean,
Something like
if that's the standard the judge wants to set as an actual physical fucking law.
Alrighty.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, they were looking for Naruto, and they found him in Hyrule, and no one had ever heard of Hyrule until now. Somehow.
Oh wait. Oh, there was a fucking country in this world. Alright. Well.
Yeah, Hyrule's a little country in the elemental countries. Yeah, I don't really know how... Both counselors and Jonin Saiseis wanted to send the remaining members of the Rookie 12 after Naruto in hopes of convincing him. However, the blonde Hokage argued that they would have been seen as a threat and would make Naruto run away. So instead, they wrote a letter to him.
They wrote a
Yes.
fucking letter. expected him to-
Naruto, we're very sad that you were banished from the village. We finally found you after all these years. Please come home. Love, Sasuke. Sealed by the Hokage.
More or
You
less,
couldn't come get me?
actually, yeah, that's
like,
pretty
that's
much
like-
that's pretty
that's
much
just
literally
like-
what the letter says. As per your
Just like-
orders of the missive dated October, skipping year. Literally, the author skipped the year just so they couldn't be tied down to a year. October 10th, year bleeped. You are required to return to the village once your banishment was deemed expired.
Deemed
So
expired.
sorry, I didn't. My banishment had an expiry date.
Yeah,
Let me
no,
do-
your
You know, I'll
banishment
check that
trial
right
for-
up next to my milk the next time I'm at the
Yeah.
store, shall I?
You know, the best way to respond to this sort of letter would be like, yeah, sorry, your free trial of Naruto serving the village is expired. You need to purchase the gold package for me to return.
Gold package.
The
buy
lifetime
premium.
premium is also on sale right now.
This guarantees me as your nuclear weapon for the next 13 years.
You'll be put on a yearly subscription. Your heritage has been announced and everyone wants you back, so we can place you on the Rape Act. I mean, Clan Restoration Act, where you'll be forcefully inseminating people.
Now,
It fucking worries
that
me
could
how-
be wrong on 3 different levels. It could be forcing Naruto to have sex, it could be forcing other people to have sex with Naruto, or it could be forcing both.
Yes, it's both.
Probably both.
Yeah, the obsession this fandom has with that whole Restoration Act idea is just.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Restoration acts are an actual thing that actual governments in the current time period have actually implemented. But they aren't rape acts. They're literally like, alright, so anyone who has a kid that qualifies for it will get extra, compensation by the government and tax credits and a whole bunch of other fun things that make it easier to both raise the kid
right.
and pay less money.
Yeah, like, Japan has an entire thing about that. I
Yeah.
remember at one point, Russia's population was so low, they literally introduced National Conception Day, which is, if you
Yeah.
promise to fuck your wife or your girlfriend, we'll give you a paid day off in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Enclosed in this
Yeah, well-
letter is your old, Hiyate. Wear it with pride once more and return to us. Sincerely, the Hokage. Yeah, bro, that's a fucking really informal ass letter, and I'm pretty sure anyone would use it as fucking toilet paper if they received it.
Yeah.
You know what I would do? I'd be shaking that letter like, where's my signing bonus?
So, anyway, they received a letter back in response, and Sasuke's like, where the fuck is he? And Tsunade's like, I'm sorry, Sasuke, but we've received this letter in response. And she hands them the letter. And inside was a note with a ceiling array and a picture. Tsunade looked at the picture first and was shocked, for in the photo was with Naruto with three
Look at a box.
pregnant women!
Oh god.
Somehow that's worse.
Just
surrounded by 3 more little girls with Naruto's eyes.
I'll be really honest, I was worried the next words were gonna need a report.
Yeah, I know, right? No, he's just implying that Naruto already has 3 kids with 3 women, and they're also all pregnant again.
Yeah.
Naruto, have you heard of counting cycles?
No, he definitely has. He's counted them all right.
You know what?
Everybody.
That's a good point.
Good night, everybody. That's the end of the stream.
It is not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
She then looked down the back and saw that there was names on the back detailing the names of all of the people. It was Naruto, Ilya, Midna, Yogodimi, the one with the fiery hair and fox ears, their daughters Malin, Hilda, Kasumi. Each of the girls also had their mother's hair and face. Shakily, she then opened the note and went wide-eyed with a shriek as she dropped the letter as if burning.
So let me get this straight.
He named one of the kids after her.
Probably. Read aloud. What does he say? Jiraiya asked, with narrowed eyes. With a barely
don't tell me.
restrained
Don't tell me.
whimper, she started reading.
Wait, no, Siki. The 4th kid is actually Jiraiya's from when Naruto used the sexy jutsu too long.
Indeed. To Tsunade, the Godime... Naruto, why do I have 4 kids but only 3 wives? Well, you see, there's this one time when I was out with Jiraiya, and we got really drunk.
I got drunk, he got drunk,
Yeah,
got stuck in sexy jutsu for 9
I've
months.
actually seen that as a fic, by the way.
I'm
Wait,
sure
what?
you have.
Yeah.
Wait. Jiraiya getting drunk or Naruto?
Naruto using a sexy jutsu and getting pregnant with it. And then he couldn't unsexy jutsu until he had the kid.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I'm not
basically the
surprised,
same
I'm just
principle as
disappointed.
Ranma, so I'm not really surprised that's a thing.
Whoa!
No,
What
like,
fucking Ranma did you read, sir?
No. That's actually a very common trope in Ranma, where either he willingly or literally can't transform back into a guy because he got pregnant as a girl. And so either
Yeah.
the magic's preventing him from transforming back because that would kill the kid, or he's willingly not transforming back because he's like, even though I don't like being a woman, I'm also not going to kill a baby over not being a woman.
Well, at least he's a better parent than half the ones in America.
Yeah.
he's also a better parent than half the people he actually knows
Yeah.
that are parents.
Well, yes. Oh boy, think about how weird that would be for the kid. I'm having some girl problems. I gotta go talk to mom. Dumps water on self. That mom!
Oh man, that would kind of suck actually if your kid ended up inheriting a curse like that. Oh, that would really
Wow,
suck.
yeah.
I'm having girl problems. Get a bucket of warm water. Don't you fucking dare.
No, like you're really thinking about that would really fuck with your brain because you're getting
Oh
both.
god.
Yeah, you just like both sets of hormones, and you're just like, the fuck am I?
Well, no, they wouldn't get both sets of hormones. They would only get one set.
No, they would get both.
They would get both. Wait,
I mean, I guess it depends on whether or not when they switch.
Story.
No, it depends on if when they switch, it completely switches everything,
Yeah,
or if it just.
does. So here's the thing: is it's magical in nature, quote unquote. Like people that get turned into animals have all of the instincts of that animal, so they're able to spot things as if they were that animal. They're able to use limbs they wouldn't have as a human as if they were that animal. You know, they have all of the instincts and all of the wiring. Like they'll get scared of certain things because the animal is scared of those things.
But only when they're that animal, correct?
Not always.
Oh, okay. Then that, yeah, never mind.
I
That
believe
kid would
once
be
or twice it
super
was used.
messed up.
You know, I believe it was like once or twice used that someone had a specific curse for one animal, and then Rama used like a predator of that animal or something like that, and like yeah, it's been used at least once is what I'm trying to say. What fresh hell are we on? The run was weird.
Yes.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, there is no actual passing of curses on the children in terms of the.
Okay, so that couldn't happen to the kid.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
That doesn't stop the fandom from writing about it. Yeah, no, it technically would happen.
Well, and I mean, here's the thing: if someone was an actually good, talented author, it might make for an interesting story.
Well, yeah, but the thing is the little curse, the origin of the curse itself, the cursed pools of Jusenko, They're aware. That's actually an established fact in the series, is that the pool is sort of aware in that if you end up at the pool, it will choose the curse you deserve the most. So if you're a pig, you turn into a pig. If you're sloth-like, you turn into an animal
I
that's
thought
sloth.
training grounds were just a shit ton of springs in close proximity.
Yeah, no, it's like 100-something springs.
Wait, how the fuck does that work for Ranma then?
Because he was taught to think of girls as weak, pathetic, and unable to do things. And so, in response, the spring made him a girl because he has self-esteem issues.
I thought he
Oh, so
literally...
it was just like, haha, funny, have this.
Oh, I thought he fell into the spring of the drowned woman.
Yeah, he did.
So how is the spring taking the curse if they are physical springs in a location?
Because the magic around spring is actually a thing. Like, it's semi-sentient.
I have not read in a while. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't know.
It was a literal thing. It's not like, it knows exactly and it's aware of itself. No, none of that shit. It's just if you go to the spring, part of getting the curse is the pool you fall in is going to either teach you a lesson or say something about yourself.
Does it, like, pick which stream you fall in? Like, if you're about to fall in a stream that has no karma attached to it, you just, like, get lifted up by whatever the stream is and put into a different one?
It's not that ridiculous, right?
It alters events to, like, so say you land perfectly on the bamboo stick, because there's a bunch of bamboo sticks that you can use as training around the grounds. So you land perfectly on the bamboo stick, and the person before you landed perfectly on the bamboo stick, and the bamboo stick looked just fine. But suddenly, the bamboo stick will snap and you fall into the spring you were meant to fall into. Like, it alters events. It's not like, you just jump in. If you just jump into a spring, I expect that you would just get the curse regardless. Because there is one character that literally did purposely jump into springs and there's nothing stopping him from doing it.
Yeah.
But
didn't Shampoo do that? Because she was just like, I want to be cursed like Ranma.
No, she got cursed as a response to failing to kill Ranma.
I thought she cursed
with.
She got cursed with turning into a cat.
No.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, but yeah, no, it's not like the curse. It's not like the springs are like ha 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 ha. We dumped him in the spring of the drowned. Right? It'd be like, wow, this is what he's been taught about women, and this is what he thinks. We're just gonna make sure, right? Hey, I should really train over by this specific spring. I bet it's a great spot, or I feel at ease here, or some stupid shit like that until it can make him fall in.
Events occur that would end up with, like, literally an event occurred where Ranma dodged the spring at first. Like, something happened that it was going to make him fall into the spring, and he actually ended up dodging it. But then his father came flying out of the spring he fell into and punted him into the spring.
That's because his dad's a dick.
Yeah, his dad is a dick. But literally, events conspired to cause Ranma to fall into the spring. But yeah. So anyway, enough about Ranma. Let's move back onto this garbage-ass story.
I'd almost rather keep talking about weird Ranma stuff, but...
Yeah, we could, but we're not. As you can see, I have all I need here. I'm not leaving. And you cast me out, and you're cowards and backstabbers. Even from a mile away, I could hear the celebrating that I was banished. Blah, blah, blah. I will not leave everything behind. Blah, 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 blah. I know my family will be treated poorly. I'll not be subjecting my daughters to that falsity and lies or your plans of power or whatever. Place a bounty on me, but prepare to go to war with all of Hyrule because the princess loves me, and fuck you. Eat my dick.
1 second.
My name is Naruto Link.
He did not. Oh my god, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Why would that be? Please, I'd love to know. I wouldn't actually love to know. You're an idiot.
Alright, so what I'm getting from this is that Link's full name is Link, much
Yes,
like it was
apparently.
Mario and Luigi Mario.
Yes,
in the Mario movie.
I think they actually confirmed at some point that there was at least one Link who was just Link.
A farmhand swordsman of Ordon Village, brother of the Gorons, friend of the Zora, and knight of Hyrule. P.S. Enclosed is a photo of myself and my wives and my daughters. P.P.S. Behind the letter is a seal, and inside is the forehead protector. Fuck off. I won't repeat myself. They broke down and cried. And Sasuke starts screaming, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, and slams the door. God, it feels like this is written by the same AI that wrote Pile of Ash.
Maybe, yeah. Or that fanfiction generator.
That fucking fanfiction generator. No, not as no. This
Don't
is a
insult
little
the
bit
fanfiction
better.
generator like that.
No, this is a little bit better than the fanfiction generator actually, because the fanfiction generator wasn't even a fanfiction generator. It was literally just like 3 different templates.
Yeah. Still fun for a laugh, though.
Oh no, it was
Yeah.
a great laugh. Gray was in pain. That meant his plan was working.
That one was just so good.
And then the Democratic Party took Gray behind the pillar and stabbed him repeatedly.
The entire Democratic Party,
Yeah,
mind
the
you.
entire Democratic Party
Every single one.
did a drive-by on Gray.
No, see, I imagine it was really more of a Caesar thing, right? Like, they formed a
exactly.
nice, orderly queue. You know, polite, orderly, like civilized people.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
Democratic Party.
Be patient, everyone gets their turn.
Yeah. It's not equal if everyone doesn't get a chance to drive the knife at least 12 centimeters deep.
Fair share of drive-by
stabbings.
shootings.
What's this, Chicago?
Jesus. So
Detroit.
it just reminds. Sorry, I just got reminded of the time that one Democrat went into a shopping mart with a shotgun and managed to miss all 32 shots he fired off.
Oh yeah.
That
How?
is impressive.
Because he's a Democrat and had never used a gun before.
Was he using slugs or?
Yeah, it was either buckshot or slugs, yeah. Yeah, he managed to miss.
I can understand people missing first time with slugs, because that requires a bit more actually. But buckshot, you just kind of point.
Yeah, no, it was fucking sad. I'm gonna be real, it was fucking sad. It's like, I'm glad that no one got hit, but that's kind of real fucking sad that you got into like the 30s of shots fired and not a single
Like, not even an injury, man.
like, goddamn.
Remember where it was?
Do I remember when that was or where it was?
Where?
No,
What day?
no. I remember reading
yeah.
it back in like 2016.
Yeah, fair enough. Because, you know, if it was the South, well, as I say, we wouldn't have time to miss 30 shots.
No, I mean, it depends
No,
on where, like...
The city. No, it was. No.
Yeah.
No one fired
fair
back.
enough.
The
Yeah.
police showed up and he got arrested.
Can you imagine? Almost feel sorry for the guy, really.
Not at all. No other choice. You want to fight the war. You want that. Wait. Listen, Kage is down as we're pushing this. Fuck you, bitch. Biju stealing his body. His breed was bringing that. Oh, betraying. I obeyed your orders. You all have a lot of choices. What? Oh, 10 years ago. Okay, so.
It's a flashback.
Honestly, I'm not really even
past.
interested enough to read whatever fucking edgy garbage. But for some reason, again, no one is capitalized and not even written as no one. It's written as no one. And it's underlined. Again, ten-tailed for some reason is underlined. Apparently, by the way, Naruto is the ten-tailed vision now. Also, the nine-tailed fox is out of the seal and having sex with him.
Again, how?
Because.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is just kind of really just fucking boring ass. So wait, they knew where they were sending him? Probably, maybe, I don't know, man.
We've banished you to the nation of Hyrule. Remain there until your banishment expires, citizen.
We can't find Naruto. Where Naruto?
I mean, it was kind of a retard move to send him a picture of himself and his wives.
Yeah, actually, it is kind of a little bit, yeah.
Attention, ninja that wish to hunt me and my family.
This
Here
is
is
what we
the
look like.
exact image of them.
Yeah, this is what we look like.
It was a flex move.
I guess it kind of could have been a flex move.
Yeah, it's kind of a retarded way of flexing.
Alright, so we're gonna cleanse our palate with neither a Naruto or a Legend of Zelda story.
Wait. Is it some of the best writing on the internet? Ruby?
You cease and desist.
A self-insert Don Machi.
Oh no.
Oh
I've
no.
experienced this already. Oh god.
Why have you done this?
So, reincarnated into Don Machi.
I do want to say, I think one of the best, like, Don Machi self-inserts I had. He didn't go anywhere near Bell. He just joined, right? The author made a random familia, picked a random deity who wasn't very important, and was like, yeah, I made it into, like, a decent familia. Everybody's nice. We're not, like, crazy going in the dungeon, but at least I'm not Bell.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Don Machi is one of those fandoms stories.
Yeah.
Don Machi is one of
Fandom.
those stories you can get like self-inserted into, and as long as you just find an out-of-the-way familia to get into, you're pretty much gonna be fine. Like, nothing really earth-ending happens, and as long as you're out of Bell's way, it's all gonna, end fine anyway.
I would say, you can literally tell whatever story you want about crazy shit in the dungeon. Just stay away from Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
even if you want to, like, have your familia be Bell's friend.
No, that gets you in danger zone.
Yeah, that just gets you in danger zone.
maybe you could always just be like random merchant.
You're entering the splash zone with being Bell's friend. Going to be mostly fine.
No,
as long as
Siki,
you
I
stay
think what
away
you're saying
from
is
the
they're
enemy.
entering the slash zone.
The slash zone, yeah, I need that too. So anyway, a past that I want to forget. Oh wow, this is an actual summary. I want to live as someone better, someone good to help others. But even in this
The
world,
voices keep telling me to commit triple homicide.
right, but the voices don't stop. It's like I'm hearing Twitch chat in my head every day.
Oh god.
Pog.
That actually does sound like a nightmare.
You should stab that woman, Poggers.
Poggers.
Omega.
Poggers, won't stab time,
Omega.
Poggers.
Oh, rob that clerk. Rob that clerk. It'll be epic. Omega.
Rob.
What? How does this character handle the implementation of the point system?
No, okay, so here's what it is. The curse that Ranma receives is the curse of Twitch chat.
Actually, if you guys want a good story, it's dead, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have any good stories that are, like, not dead? Possibly
Or at least completed.
Yeah, I have a couple, but not the one I'm recommending to you. So it's actually called Green Bean Stream, and it's Izuku's power is getting Twitch chat in his head, and a stream. His eyes are the stream mechanic.
Good.
Wait, do people question that, or?
Yeah, no, people questioned it at first, and then they kind of just rolled with it afterwards.
Wait, at what age did this start? Is this like the Truman Show?
Born.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
so he's born and just hears, "Hey, this stream's on, Poggers."
Actually, he
Poggers,
didn't.
live.
No, for the first 17 years of his life, he wasn't able to interact with the Twitch chat. Like, he didn't know that there was a stream going on. But you could donate to Izuku, and it was connected to his bank account. And so his mother was just like, "Why do we have several 100,000 yen?" Because people were doing the massive Twitch donation drops where they're like, "Pogger, Izuku aced his test."
Okay, how far did it get?
Oh, it got all the way into him, a couple chapters past him becoming aware of Twitch chat and being able to interact with them. So around I think it was like right before the USJ incident.
Actually sounds like a pretty good concept for
It was really funny because he would be like, he was like interacting with Katsuki. Also, by the way, Twitch chat did Twitch chat shit, and when he started getting bullied by Katsuki, Twitch chat hunted him down in real life and called the cops. Yeah.
Oh, that's one way to fix the problem.
Wait, so
Yeah, Green Bean Stream. It's great.
Was it like actual real people in that world watching him?
Oh yeah. It's actual people
God.
from Izuku's world watching him on Twitch.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, that's
Don't worry.
Interesting.
Twitch makes sure it auto blurs any nudity. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Did anyone question how this play is live streaming through his dome?
Yes, actually. That was a lot of questioning was going on at first, and where everyone was like, "Is this a joke? Like, what's going on?" Question mark. And then
Who strapped a GoPro to their baby? That seems kind of cruel.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. The author, 120% nailed Twitch chat. Like, it was so good. It was great, honestly. I fucking loved it. But it was great because when he started becoming aware of Twitch chat, he was interacting with certain people, and he found Katsuki and he was interacting with him. And Twitch chat's like, ah man, fuck this guy, punch him, punch him, punch him, punch him. Shut up, Twitch! I'm not punching Katsuki.
Can you find a link to that?
Yeah,
I'd like to
send off
check
a
that.
link to that. It's great.
Cheers.
It's really unfortunate that the author decided to kill that story. I think it's the same author that writes Izuku Helltaker, where Izuku ends up taking the place of Helltaker.
Oh.
Yeah. That story doesn't end well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I assume it doesn't.
Now imagine the money he would have made if he was a female. I mean, he made plenty of money on his own by being the green bean. Oh yeah, also his subconscious is a mod. The Twitch mod.
Oh my
Fair
god,
enough.
yes.
It's great.
God,
That's
no.
great.
I love it. It was a great story.
Is his subconscious sipping to him?
No. No, they've actually
What?
banned the word simp.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's great. And honestly, the author does a really good job with it. It's really unfortunate that all of his stories are currently dead. He hasn't updated in over like a year now. So he might have died.
Sadness.
Yeah. So anyway, there's this story. Even in this new world, my past self is present in my soul. It would be nice if I could remember the world I'm in, though. I mean, I wouldn't remember, honestly. Hello, I am Uzaz. I am Guy with 179 height and weight 89 kilo. You would think I'm, like, simplifying what he's saying. No, that's what he wrote.
Yeah.
Author
Long,
profile.
curly hair and well-toned body, I
What
did a
the
lot of
fuck is
gym.
Japan's obsession with height with dementia? Like, I can kinda get it for the girl. Like, it's skeevy and weird, but I can kinda get it. Why the fuck do they do it for guys?
It's because they need to tell you how buff this person is, so you can imagine like his absolutely fucking chiseled chest, even though he's only like a pre-high schooler.
You know what?
He looks
listen.
like a fucking 29-year-old.
Don't worry, Sneaky. He worked out, so he had
Yeah.
the body of a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
10-year-old, sorry.
He worked out a bunch. He has the body of a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
No, you
That one.
got that wrong, Atin.
Oh.
It's the body of a 5-year-old.
No, he was 5 with the body of a 7-year-old, was it?
No, he was 3.
Or 3 and 5. Yeah, sorry, 3 and 5.
Yeah. No, that unfortunately, no matter how much alcohol I drink, that story has been permanently seared into my brain as one of horror.
Yeah. God.
And today, he beat up some dude for looking at his nude girlfriend. Only he can fuck his nude girlfriend, who is also his sister. It's like, bruh. Fucking Alabama intensifies.
Check, please. Check, please.
A banjo music.
JonTron, what intensifies?
Dude, that
I
entire
have several
story
questions.
just made me die on the inside. Oh yeah, all the Biju were female in that story, and they all had sex with Naruto in his head to the point where he became a 32-year-old in his mind. Yeah. Yeah.
How does
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What? No, I remember that. I
Right.
just.
Yeah.
I'm getting some like real heavy machine translation vibes from this.
Oh, this story?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
By the way, I just gotta say, if you're gonna write a self-insert, don't fucking lie about how you look. Max and I self-insert ourselves in Ruby. It's like, yeah, look, it's 2 fat fucks.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is people like imagining themselves as everything but themselves, and which, I mean, fair enough, I can understand that.
I can understand that, but
But don't you have really, like, in-depth describe your power fantasy of what you wish you could weigh and what you wish your height was, because we all know you're an actual man who is so fat you're a round lard bowl. Yeah, unfortunately, Max, I don't think this is actually machine translated. I think this is a guy who learned English from machine translations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Still
actually
has
met,
that vibe.
yeah, I've actually met several people like that. This guy is actually already better than some of them I met, because I remember this one person that I was talking to who learned how to write English from machine translations from Korean web novels, and literally every new paragraph was a separate sentence. Like every new sentence was a new paragraph. And whenever he wanted to write a new paragraph, he double paragraph space it.
That's. Oh.
Yeah.
truly, the Lord gives us trials.
It was fucking awful, and I'm just like, dude, what the actual fuck did you think this was?
Alright, you know what? It could have been worse. It could have been
How?
like it could have been like Pokemon Crystal Vietnam, where it's translated from Japanese to
yeah.
Chinese to Vietnamese to English.
Ugh.
I
Oh,
mean, I
yeah.
suppose that's true, but at the same time, the grammar on that was still horrendous.
I've seen clips of that. It's so fucking bad.
It is bad. It is. I am drug
Yeah,
dealer.
it is.
You know what? At least he's honest.
Yeah, you know what? At least he's honest.
It's out front.
I would actually like to see a Crystal Vietnam fanfic where it just kind of fucking rolls with it. Where Elm. That's what's name. Yeah, Elm. Elm just comes straight out like, "Hey, kid, someone fucking stole my cocaine. You gotta go chase him down. I'll give you a Pokemon if you do."
Ash wakes up.
No,
for
no, it
Vietnam.
should start. It's better if it starts with, "Kid, someone stole all my fucking cocaine. You gotta go get it back from me. I'm a 10-year-old. Oh shit, right? You can't fight at all. Have a fucking fire lizard."
Take this gun.
Where's neutral threshold?
Like that makes it so much better.
Remember, to use a gun, press down B.
Gets into the hideout. Now isn't the time to use that. Well,
Right.
when is?
Police show up. Oh no! Down Big Bang. Why did that work now?
This gun is
Hold
only
on.
meant for killing pigs.
Hold down and D to begin the heist.
Mask on.
That game was so fun.
I
then
know
that's
their
so
Twitter. I love their Twitter. It's great. We're about. I still love that one tweet that Valve posted how they weren't going to release a TF2 update until someone stole the Valve from Valve.
Yeah.
And Payday
Yeah.
2 responds with "Mask on, boys."
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here's the thing, right?
Oh,
You know that someone is absolutely gonna try that, and when they get to court, they'll be like, "Valve told us to steal it from my hats. I did it for my Team Fortress 2 update." And the lawyer, the Valve Gipnu will be in the room and be like,
We did actually do
"Drop
that.
the
Yeah.
suit, Your Honor."
You know, I think if I ever got rich enough or bold enough, I would try and contact Gabe Newell to set up a, obviously not using real guns, like airsoft guns, heist. 'Cause it is just their lobby.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like, you know, deep inside the building or anything.
Yep.
Call it, live stream it, but also, you know, frame it as a penetration test. Just, you know, I don't know. I think
Walks up to the security guard. "Shit, dude, I forgot my badge. I got a meeting in like 10 minutes. Can you let me in the
Security
building?"
guard in the face. Let's go, let's go. Oh god, you know what? That would actually kind of. I think that's gonna be the next. I think that's gonna be the next big thing. Is live stream penetration tests.
Yo, at least it would give those companies way more
Cred.
way more proof.
Yeah,
Like-
that's true. Yeah.
Because I know there's a bunch of like digital companies that are afraid to do penetration tests now
Yeah.
because they're like, "Yeah, the last time we fucking did one, we actually did our jobs and wrecked their and was like, yeah, your network is super vulnerable." And then all that happened was we got in fucking trouble.
Right. Yeah. Right. Mask on. Entire lobby takes out their masks. Yeah.
Remember the panic, boys? Mask up.
Mask up.
It starts. Uh-oh.
Fucking
Wait,
music
no,
starts
no.
blasting over the lobby. That one fucking song.
Yeah, Racer Mind.
Yeah. I have chosen death. Oh god. Yeah. No. I think we're gonna actually genuinely see that in the future. As far as that goes, I actually do think we're gonna see that in the future.
I'm sure we will. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Actually, Arn, if you can send me a link to that song so I can add it to my list because I've been looking for that for a while.
Racer Mind? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the machine translation boy. Now I am in a situation that I have already written on 100 of fanfics. Really? I've written over 100?
Great, I found it.
I have written over 100 fanfics. Author has written one story.
Yep.
I have written over
am-
100 fanfics and learned no English.
Indeed.
I am
There's a
the
doubt.
bone of my paper. I don't know.
I am the bone of my paper. I am the pulp of my paper.
Yeah. I'm so glad you went there, Sneaky. Like, come on, Sneaky, it's right there. You know the word.
I am the pulp of my paper, the ink of my text.
Not known to publishing, but nor known to money.
Written over 100
Unknown to editing and unknown to betas. I have missed over 1,000 commas.
This is my mind. Unlimited word works. It's just a blank sheet of paper.
No, Sneaky, unlimited word count.
Unlimited word count.
Unlimited word count, yes. Wait, why is there just a blank sheet of paper? Hey, first off, fuck you. I don't go in insulting your stuff.
Second, there's a word D right there.
Yeah, that's the word the. Fuck you, see, we already started. We'll get there.
Listen. Writing November, what's the month? The writing challenge month?
November writing
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It actually is. I tried. It
Oh
took
no,
years.
okay. Real talk. Actually hard as shit.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
genuinely
Oh.
hard, yeah.
It was a lot easier in high school.
Oh god, I know, right? Dude, the days
But,
just fucking blend together now.
Yeah, just a little. Also, how should reality more work, by the way? Are they just stuck there until a satisfactory story's written?
Yes.
Yes. No, more importantly, they have to write it.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I'll draft
I
William
still
Joe.
say we
yeah,
need to
that
find a
would-
programmer and get Twitch Rights fanfiction going. I still think that we can make that work.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
here's the thing, Sneaky. You'd
Yeah.
have to, you'd have to have a super strict automod on there. Like,
Oh no! Obviously, you would have to include large filtering of words. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
probably ban certain people from even attempting, like Arn.
Maybe.
Oi.
But no, I think it would be
Don't,
sort of like
please don't act like that isn't warranted.
I think the best way to do it would be
Fuck you
using
anyway.
would be you the person controlling it, start off like a sentence, and then you let the Google autofill take it over from there, and all of the autofill options are presented as the next voting option.
I guess that could work.
Yeah. So it
Not bad.
prevents a lot of the custom word stuff, and whenever it gets like stuck, you can go in as the person and be like and then like continue autofilling.
Yeah, but then you get kind of stuck in the same sentence patterns, so there needs to be like some room to maneuver.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Like I said, we need to find a coder to see what
Yeah.
what's capable and what we're able to do with it. Contessa sends Taylor to a relaxing world after Golden Morning. She took her mother instead. Oh, well, yeah, that happens. The students of UA are the students of Beacon. I would say UA is more built than the students of Beacon because they never show the students of Beacon actually working out.
Yeah, I was gonna say students at UA are gonna be in way better shape.
Like,
Plus-
literally, they make a point of showing that Nora works out, and she's like the only one.
Also, like point of order, we never see the kids get any like fucking training.
That's actually
we see
No,
them-
okay,
We
we
see
see
them
them
beat on each
attend
other.
like 2 combat classes.
Yeah.
We see them beat on each other. That's about it.
I do love that. Yeah, what's the Yale of combat here? Oh well, we put them into a gladiator ring, and then tell them what they did wrong after the fight's over.
Occasionally, we'll bring in an actual Grim, the thing they're supposed to be fighting.
It's like
Only in Grim
what?
Studies,
That's
though.
during Grim Studies.
Yeah, only in Grim Studies. It's like, wait, what?
Also, heavy implications. He's not supposed to be doing that, but does it anyway.
Yeah, again, for some reason he's
teacher.
not supposed to be bringing in Grim to Grim Studies in a college dedicated to teaching people to fight Grim.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
Yeah. Makes sense.
The ultimate noble phantasm of Shakespeare. I feel like isn't Shakespeare's like, "Thus I wrote it, thus it was real."
Yeah, he basically, you become part of a play of sorts, and it's basically just there to scar you. you will
Doesn't
either come
actually
out
do anything
stronger.
to you except give you massive emotional trauma.
Yeah, you will either come out a stronger person or an emotional wreck.
Oh god, I can just. Oh wow.
No, no, well, no.
Oh.
He's got two. The first is I can write anything into a noble phantasm.
I would like to point out.
Sneaky. The crazy thing is,
yeah.
he can write them into like C-rank noble phantasms. It's like it's a cool weapon. He writes a good enough story. It can be like a C-rank. Like it's not just a piece of shit.
Oh no, I know about Shakespeare after one word.
It's fucking nonsense.
I would like to point out though is I just thought of a really nice, amusing little one-shot sort of idea of you find a lamp and you only get one wish and you wish, because the best way to get everything that you want, money, happiness, etc. is I wish I was the main character of a story, right?
Yeah.
Main character usually gets pretty good end of the stick by the end
Well,
of the
no, I
story.
would say you do need to specify. Like, I
Right.
wish I was the main character of like a romance novel or a shonen novel.
Right, yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
If you don't specify,
But-
that dude's
but
gonna
then
be the
genie
main,
is
the main character.
All right, fine, well played, wish granted. However, I will now spin the wheel of which author is in control of your life. And on there's like Stephen King, Yoko Taro, Nomura,
George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, Martin, and it's like, oh no, please spin the wheel.
And they're just some random
click,
fanfiction authors no one's ever heard of.
click, Yoko Taro.
It's like the wheel. It's like the wheel. Worse.
In the wheel of time.
No, Sneaky. True horror on the wheel. There's a tiny little sliver that says Nomura.
Lovecraft.
Oh shit! My life is gonna be full of anti-Semitism.
Based, finally. Wait, it already is. God damn it.
And then it transitions into that fucking 4-panel genie comic of wait, nothing's changed. Exactly.
The anti-Semite was the new all along.
Yeah, Uro Butcher. Yeah, literally just like, oh, I don't like any of the names on this wheel.
Edgar Allan Poe is on that list.
Can I get a different set of names? No.
No. Stephanie Meyer's on there as
Oh
well.
god,
It's
Rowling's on this wheel. Anything but her.
No, like depending on which version of Rowling, that wouldn't be terrible.
The new version, I think. Or whichever one's the worst. Here's
The
what
newer,
it
the
puts on
worst.
there.
I wish I was the main character of a story gets placed in Madoka. You know what? That's fair enough.
To be fair, if you're the actual title character from Madoka, you do technically become God. So.
And you hate your job.
At the same time,
You literally hate your job.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, no, she never hates the job. She just changed.
speaking
what
of,
it
you
was
guys ready for
before.
the Homura ride?
No, you-
Boogaloo?
Wait, Max, is this
Oh,
why you called it a
God.
machine translation from what happens next?
No, just skimming through it like
Oh.
it feels like a very heavy machine translation.
So what are your 3 wishes? This was the beautiful blonde goddess with a breast of 103, 82 waist, and 99 butt. My god, I want to marry her.
Ah,
And instead of like actually telling us how the goddess looks, the author's just like, here's her 3 measurements, because that's all I view women as, apparently.
Like I was gonna say, that's a new level of
it's a new level of pathetic, to be honest. I mean,
what are the 3 most important things a woman can have?
I'm not going there.
It's gonna say we're not answering that.
You, I said again. I already said that this desire could not ask for something else, and that is one of our terms.
Huh?
What? Oh! The goddess responded to him, saying, I already said this desire could not. Okay. They're putting all of the dialogue in one continuous stream.
Makes sense to me.
Oh, I'm gonna need more alcohol.
It's death.
Sneaky. Consider refraining. It's 7:50.
Look, man, I'm only on my 5th shot.
He's only on his
Just see. Have some willpower, some self-restraint. 10 minutes.
He's
You gotta make it
possibly sober.
10 minutes, man.
He's positive sober, man. You can't keep him from this.
Sorry, I meant my 10th shot. I forgot to count my hand again.
Oh yeah.
Please refrain for your own sake.
No.
No.
I think it's best for
Sneaky,
him to
I
just
understand
get
that much like
drunk.
past Ina, past Sneaky despises future Sneaky.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's future
Give
Sneaky's
him-
problem.
Exactly.
For now, Prison Sneaky wants to get drunk.
Indeed.
Indeed. And he's gonna do.
Indeed. Terms,
Guys,
yes.
that's how we'll finally get Ina drunk on stream. Ina, the hangover is future Ina's problem. Give in to past Ina.
Didn't we already get Ina drunk on stream?
Don't think we have, no.
Pretty sure it happened.
I don't
at least
think so.
once.
I think we've gotten everybody but Ina.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
At some point. Yeah. If we're counting pre-debut.
I mean, we've had Gura drunk. We've had Callie drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're
I'm sure we've had Ame drunk.
Okay, Gura was slurring, so I consider that drunk.
She was, at minimum, at a state where the alcohol was affecting her capacity to speak.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Callie
Like-
got drunk on stream. Yeah, no, she watched Scarface.
Callie drank fucking 90% alcohol on stream, my dude.
Yeah,
Spiritus.
yeah, but she
That's like
she
2
was
weeks
watching
after
Scarface, and she was downing shots, and she said she would down a shot every time the main character swore
Oh god.
in Scarface.
Oh.
You have not seen Scarface, by the way.
Yeah, she ended up puking.
Wow. Imagine my shock.
Yeah. But yeah, she got fucking plastered. I don't think we've ever seen Ame drunk on stream as Ame.
Yeah, no. Not to my knowledge at least.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
See, as much shit as I'll give Ame, she is actually intelligent when it comes to the whole streaming stuff. Not about maintaining OBS, because she was saying some real fucking stupid shit about OBS before. But at least when it comes to like how to use it, she's pretty clever, and she's also pretty clever.
She knows
when it
what
comes
she's
to-
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Kiara's ever gotten drunk.
Not
I
on
don't
stream.
think she needs to.
No, I actually
That
really
is
don't
true.
want Kiara to get drunk, because I feel like that would be just bad for everyone.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just starts giving a little bit too much information.
Yeah, a little bit more information than she already
Yeah.
gives off during fucking member streams, where she does definitely say shit that she probably shouldn't be saying.
I mean, not even just on memberships.
I mean, regular shit.
Almost seems randomly.
Yeah.
Based on the clips, she seems to have a tendency to shoot her mouth off more on the member streams.
Yeah.
As if she somehow hasn't realized that the internet's gonna clip every fucking thing she says.
Oh, she actually did get pissed about that. She actually did get pissed at one point. She's like, people
Yeah, I
keep
know.
clipping my
She's
member
a
streams.
stupid
And it's like, no fucking shit. Oh, people keep clipping my member streams. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder
They
why.
clip every stream, you stupid.
So, yeah,
So you
anyway.
can say the C word here.
No,
Yeah.
actually
I was just
can't.
gonna call her a witch.
Twitch
I'm
banned
gonna
the
call
C
her a
word.
chicken, but whatever.
Chicken.
Twitch banned the C word for your information, Nose.
Yeah,
They ban
so
shit. Ow.
that's a no.
You know exactly what the word I'm talking about.
I know. Let me.
No.
No.
Blah blah blah. Yes, desires are limited. I cannot have system. I cannot have powerful lineage. I cannot even have Sharingan and Rinnegan. I cannot even ask for a powerful magic. And okay, so you can't get anything that threatens the gods. Is basically what I'm getting out of here.
Gotcha.
If I was sober, I could probably think of quite a number of things that would still be fun to use that aren't god-threatening.
Yeah.
I mean,
Machine gun.
shit, just giving yourself, like, just being like, yo, can I get the fucking defend spell from Kingdom Hearts? I can't fight a god with that, but I can sure as hell stop everything else.
Yeah, that's
Look,
fair
even
enough.
the more I didn't let you
Yeah.
keep Reflaga, the fucking gods are gonna let you have Reflaga.
Suck my dick, Nomura. Give me back my good spells.
No, you'll take water.
I mean, there's quite a number of abilities from like even.
Okay, hold on a minute. Even if I got water, like, Water is a fine spell. You can't fight a god with it, but
That's a good point, Isley. I can't have powerful bloodlines. I can't even have the Sharingan or Rinnegan, implying the Sharingan and Rinnegan aren't powerful. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of like characters from fighting games and Dota and League of Legends even that you could like be like, yeah, those powers aren't game breaking, but they'll still be fun as hell to have.
You have Omni Slash and Spin, you fucks.
no,
Yeah, right.
Omni Slash might be a threat to the gods. Spin, no. Omni, yes.
Nah, that's fair enough.
Like,
Omni Slash.
You know
yeah.
what?
No, that's fair.
Yeah, Omni
You know what would be super dope to have in a dungeon? Slargold.
That's a good point.
I can't fight God with it.
Good point.
It would be a really good.
Unless technically the dungeon is always watching you.
That is
Ooh,
also
yeah,
that's also
Like,
true.
I guess it depends on
Yeah.
if the dungeon watching you, air quotes, counts as being in vision.
I think at most it would sort of be like neutral creeps that are awake, in that they technically don't count until it starts attacking you.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. So as long as you don't start like damaging the dungeon too much that it directly attacks you, you're good.
Yeah, I think that would be a generous.
Also, can you imagine that? Fucking goes into the dungeon. I'm gonna go kill goblins with my bare hands to make my fist stronger. Aren't you gonna wear any armor at least? No, I need to up my defense rating by getting stabbed.
Yeah, but the thing
He's
is,
gonna
the
be
system
dead in days.
was removed. Silencer
Oh.
would be pretty good. Silencer would actually be pretty good.
Yeah, well,
Silencer would be pretty good.
I mean, it depends on which one you get. Like, are you getting the full suite or?
Well, because it says no systems, I'm just assuming it's like lore silencer powers.
Then yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, Sneaky, that raises an interesting question.
Yeah.
The monsters are never truly killed; they're recycled into the dungeon.
Okay.
And Int Steel persists through death.
Ooh.
Hmm.
You just keep farming the floor bosses until they're literal vegetables.
Hey, Anti-Mage has negative mana right now. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Best fucking screenshot. No, not. It wasn't just Anti-Mage has negative mana. Anti-Mage has a negative percentage of mana.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a percentage. It's like, wait, what?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, or I'm saying the Danmachi dungeon.
Yeah, Danmachi
The ability I was referencing
Um,
grants individual regeneration based on percentage of their max HP, as long as they are not actively in vision of an enemy, and that could be like a magic vision, that could be a security camera, it could be one of them staring right at your fucking eyes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, like if that's the restrictions, there's a lot of shit out there that wouldn't qualify as game breaking, but still usable. I mean, it's just like, oh yeah, I want to be a 3.5 monk.
Sneaky. If you're a 3.5 monk, you can absolutely threaten a god.
Yeah.
No,
but
it's like, I want to be a 3.5 monk. Denied. You have denied.
no,
But
but
you
like,
said I couldn't threaten the...
no.
Denied.
Thing though is like, well, 3 monks technically only threaten a god after getting level 20, which is implied of meaning an immense level of experience. And
True. Like, you know what? You know what? I bet the god of Veraria are chill enough. They'd be like, you know what? If you can make it that far in the dungeon, you fucking deserve it.
I mean, technically speaking, like a level 8 could probably fight a god.
Counterpoint here. He specified no systems, and I'm fairly sure that leveling up in D&D terms would be another system
Right,
than the
but
Machi
that's
one.
the thing though, is it's not saying like the literal leveling system from D&D. It's implied that monks, over a very long time of meditating, learning, and fighting, would be capable of actually sort of unlocking techniques, especially if you're doing Diamond Mind branch of learning, where you
Yeah, I would say,
literally
well,
just
the default monk one.
yeah, you literally epiphanize new techniques upon revelations.
One of my personal favorites is, you know what? Being old is just a fucking suggestion.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying though. It's like monks
Being
actually
old
be
is
pretty good
strange.
because you can actually learn as a monk to just stop aging. And so
Well,
like
and more importantly, like, given the rate at which the dungeons scale, like
Yeah.
the amount of
Yeah.
like the amount of combat experience you would be right. I don't mean that in terms of like a generalized number, right? I mean the amount of actual combat experience you would get. You would be unlocking the shit so fast. Like you would unlock it well before you start taking aging penalties.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the thing that I'm talking about. It's like, if it's just, if I had the knowledge to start being a 3.5 monk, it wasn't like the system itself of D&D.
Yeah.
Just like the general idea of like techniques and meditation, blah blah blahs of a monk. That's really just like not game breaking at all. That's just something you would have to build up. I think that could probably get past the rules and restrictions.
Right, and if you're worried about like because edge case monk could threaten a god, right? So then that throws out wizard.
It throws out literally everything else because like the problem is that with how they have the setup.
Oh right, shit! This is 3.5 where they weren't fucking cowards and statted the gods, Pathfinder.
Yeah. So anyway, not only that, it's like just the limitations that the author is given here. Pretty much says like, oh yeah, you can wish for anything, but anything that could become powerful, I guess is what the implication is. Where it's like, okay, well, why bother wishing for anything if I can't even wish myself to be in a good position to gain power? And it's like, okay, then what's the point of the wishes? Like, oh, I want to go to this one place. I want to be healthy. Like, what kind of wishes are they expecting here? Which is really weird. I mean, and this is just me theory crafting off of the limitations that they're being given. But anyway, so can't get Gate of Babylon even without the treasures. It's just a safe. Okay, Gate of Babylon can't be given even without treasures. Like, bruh.
That.
One moment, I'll go see Daddy, says the goddess. It's okay, he's allowing the Divine Gate, but only as a safe location. Now ask for the other two wishes. Since I can't exaggerate, I didn't even ask her as my wife. I wanted to ask for something normal. Magic talent I asked for. Again, I said magic talent. It's like, okay, so you're allowed to ask for that, but that's obviously going to allow you to become strong enough if you're actually determined enough, because that's sort of how Bon Machi works. They work off the whole fucking revelation system. So why is asking for magic talent not disallowed? Talent in hand-to-hand combat with any weapons or without weapons. Please let a world be DX or fairy tale. The last two are also possible.
Okay, I'm back. Pizza. What would I miss?
Literally nothing. The author is
Cancer. You missed cancer.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
author's arbitrarily saying certain things are allowed and certain things aren't allowed, even though the things that he says are allowed would be things that under his previous limitations wouldn't be allowed, but for some reason they are now because he does want those. Basically, he invented a set of rules that would, quote-unquote, get everyone off his back about why he didn't wish for X, Y, or Z power, but then made specific exemptions for the powers that he did want. So,
I see.
yeah. Dumb. Lame. Blah, 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 blah. Can you make me a teenager? I don't want to be a baby. Well, I can, but your body will be weaker unless you start as a baby. Are you sure you want to be a teenager? Yes. Are you sure? I really don't want to be a baby again. Very well, you'll be a teenager, not a baby. Blah, blah,
Okay,
blah, blah,
listen,
blah, blah,
if that's
blah.
your problem, just go with like 10. Like, shit, you don't even have to do that. Go like 5 or 6, the age at which you can get away with not shitting your pants.
Yeah, right. If you're gonna be weaker, just at least, get to an age where you don't have to go through all that shit. Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, make me 4.
Proving that it is sweet. Fresh water shouldn't be sweet, first off. I use both hands to drink it.
Have you been pouring stevia into your water, author?
Apparently.
Honestly,
I think it's just because in a lot of isekai stories, they have them drinking out of random streams and lakes and rivers. And
they're like, oh, it's so pure!
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
I got news for you, bitches!
It's like, I think you guys are just too used to fucking tap water tasting like grated metal and aren't realizing like what normal water is supposed to taste like.
Look, I've drunk mountain streams before.
Yeah.
Actual glacier mountain streams.
Yeah.
And they're pretty fucking pure, pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Certainly better than tap water. It's
Obviously.
not like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm cured of my cancer now.
Yeah.
It's not like that, but it is noticeably better.
Oh yeah, no, obviously
Right.
it's noticeably better. But it's just I see a lot of times in isekais where they're like, oh, the water is so sweet.
Yeah, no,
Because
it shouldn't be sweet.
I can only
That's-
assume they think that the fresh water is sweet because of how distorted their taste of water has become living in a city of like Japan and
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah.
Like, in all seriousness, sure, the water's making the frickin' frogs gay, but it's also got 98% of the bad stuff removed from it, including other people's shit, which I
Yeah.
guarantee you are sucking down mouthfuls of right now in Medieval Land.
Yeah.
Depends. If it's out in the wild, no.
Okay,
So-
yes, but
If it's in a city, well, you would fucking notice.
So anyway, the character doesn't understand what world they're in, and they for some reason can't remember anything about the world they're in.
Amazing.
Yeah, who's crazy to use this as a weapon? If it was at least a dagger, I would understand, but it's only a 6-inch knife. Wait, why are you using centimeters?
laughs in Resident Evil.
Yeah. But it's like, oh, it's only a 6-inch knife. Weren't you just using centimeters earlier to talk about a girl's bust size? Why are you now using inches? I don't. I guess that's just like a universalized term now. I can
Yeah.
only assume. So yeah, it's just really cringe dialogue, machine translated dialogue, Max was completely right. This is all fucking machine translated. He's got a really cringy way of describing everything. There's some words in here that I literally can't say on Twitch without, risking my channel. You must first receive the falsehood of a god and register as an adventurer.
The falsehood of Boy!
Yeah,
We've gone super hard. Well, first of all,
Yeah.
yes, machine translation
Yes,
of the ass.
machine
But
translated,
also, boy, have we gone super hard down the Final Fantasy route with that line.
Yeah. I blow up Mishi-san, 150-year-old girl with pink eyes. Join my familia. What familia? Fu. I am the goddess Hestasasti. She's Hestia. This is impossible. Wait, what the fuck? Hey, I am the goddess Hesitate. Yes, she is Hestia. What?
See, yes, that makes perfect sense.
Works.
Goddess of fire and home. I like fire. Will she accept me? I am a novice. Are you goddess of fire? Yes, this is Hestia, goddess of fire and home. Yes, I am Hestia, goddess of fire and home. Yes, I see. Are you Hestia, goddess of fire and home?
No. Actually, I'm actually the deity of, discount Walmart clerks.
I am the
What you're saying is she's Dale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Take off your shirt and lie on your back, she asked with her eyes still shining. I stared at her and replied, Virgin, goddess.
Yes.
Why? Why would you reply with that? She got red cheeks puffin'.
That is, in fact, the exact translation.
Indeed.
Unfortunately. Because God hates you, Sneaky. Don't you recognize this by now?
Alright, anyway, Sneaky, can we just skip this? I got food to eat.
Yeah, but it's blah 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 garbage ass stuff. Magic EX. So yeah. First off, I was gonna leave that here. Magic EX, literally unquantifiable levels of magical talent.
Amazing.
Skills, magical talent improved to unimaginable levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and so cringe dialogue. Truck saw
inject the cringe directly into the veins.
All this because of great Lord Lori, I say, tired of day. Who is Lord Truck? She asked, stepping in front of me. Truck-sama is strongest god of death that exists, and even god of underworld Hades, wet in fear in presence of Lord Truck. Incredible, I said without thinking. Who would have thought that I would end up being run over by a truck? But was it for a cause? Tomorrow I'll register and enter dungeon. Good night, brat. Good night, I am not brat. Fucking riveting dialogue, author. Cease existence. Everyone a favor and learn English. Also, preferentially delete this story. Yeah. Don't nail it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love you, Grammarly. You make my gibberish into words. Alright, corrected it, posted it.
Amazing.
Alright. Well, I can safely say that everyone has been satisfied, very much so, on this fun evening of ours. And we'll see you all next time for Tuesday. Because, of course, there is always more, and it always gets worse.